Hello, everyone. My name is Jedediah, and I'll be talking to you tonight about AFK Journey, the mobile game. Going to be a little bit of a special night. I am really, really excited to talk about this new character that's coming out, the new character from the new expansion, and that's why we have this load screen set up here, so you can see this beautiful background drawing. And then, who is this little character right here? Well, that's Gala, aka Galahad. And she's going to be the new character that's coming out on the 18th, I believe, December 18th. And they have released a skills trailer for her. I'm pretty excited about her for multiple reasons. I get excited about certain characters just because I like them. I like the artwork. I like the way they're presented in the storyline. And this particular character, Gala, is my favorite character that I've ever seen in the storyline of this game. She goes from a character who's about to get killed, and then your character pops through time and saves her from dying, and then she ends up helping you along the way, and you help her along the way. And I just really liked her whole character arc, the way she goes. It was really fun and an enjoyable storyline for me personally. Some people may not like it, but I loved it. And I'm really excited to get to play her. I'm really hoping that a lot of the stuff that they're saying about her, as far as um, what she's capable of doing. They say she's specializing in Dream Realm and also Supreme Arena, I believe. And we're gonna go ahead and watch that trailer now too. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize the AFK game and put it on. Yeah, there we go. So now we're gonna watch the trailer together. I'm gonna stop it at various times and talk about what I think about what's going on in this specific part and some of the interesting parts. I may bring up the game window again and show you some different things on why I think this character is going to be pretty good too, or at least it's very interesting, right? So here we go.
Once again.
Ah, Gala. She has waited so long for this moment.
See,
Ever
next
since Gala
level,
joined the Arcane
10
Council,
range,
she's been
mage,
training under the first Merlin and me.
and I'm gonna pause it right there. I I love her artwork. I could do without this hood thing that they've got on her. I don't really like that, and the ears are a bit much. They're huge on her. You can see the face drawing and the hair. I actually preferred the child version of her. That's kind of neat. It would have been neat to have another child version like Damien. These kids that are super smart or super magical and helpful. But I like the twist that they're using her as an adult. This is her full magical powers, and she's powerful now. She might not have been very powerful as a child. She had to learn and grow. And the rest of her outfit's kind of cool. I like the way that I have her drawn, but like I said, I could have done without this hood thing on her. I don't particularly like it. I like this clean look without the hood, personally. I think that's a better look for her. Um, that's just my own personal opinion. Let's keep going.
Never once did she slack off, and now she's a mage who can hold her own in any fight. She spends all her time studying time magic. As for the reason, well,
And see, there you go. Specialize in Dream Realm, Supreme Arena, and we're going to go through each one of these abilities. And I'll talk about synergies as well later on, but they're obviously telling you here right off the bat. So let's keep going.
I'm sure you know better than anyone. You must be proud of how far she's come, right? Right. You haven't actually seen what she's become yet, have you? I hate to admit it, but her magical prowess is almost on my level. Almost. When Gala casts Temporal Field, she uses some of her energy to strike all enemies once. Then she starts forming a magic circle beneath her. While it's forming, she keeps using energy every second to hold it together.
Okay, let's back that up a little bit.
Her energy to
Okay, so when Galahad casts her ultimate, she consumes a portion of her energy to deal damage to all enemies. So she's going to do a quick AoE, right? That's what's happening right there. Then she starts forming a magic circle beneath her. The circle remains until she moves away from its center. So we're going to see
strike
that to
all
start to
enemies
happen here.
once.
Right here, this
Then
little
she
clock
starts forming a
is
magic
forming
circle
the
beneath her.
circle in a
While
clockwise pattern, right? So while the magic circle is forming, Galahad continuously consumes energy to maintain it. So she's doing similar to what Marcel did with the chanting, right? So she's consuming energy to make sure that that circle stays there. Once the circle is complete, she stops consuming energy and gains haste. Every time the magic circle reaches a certain power level, uh, enemies within it lose both haste and movement speed. So she's going to buff her haste while taking down the haste of the opponent, right? Whenever they're in that circle. So whenever Galahad casts a skill while standing at the center of her magic circle, a shadow copy of herself appears shortly after and casts the same skill again. So the shadow inherits a portion of Galahad's stats. So it's like a little
She
shadow
keeps using
version of her,
energy every
literally a
second to
shadow
hold it
right here
together.
behind her in this video
Once it's
now,
complete, she stops
right
using
here.
her energy and
And
gains
every time
haste.
she does something, the
While the
shadow is doing
circle
the
is
same
forming,
thing, but in a diminished form. And the stats of the shadow are a diminished form, which makes sense because it's a shadow of the person, right? And we're going to see later on, she does this with your teammates as well. So she'll create a shadow of herself, and she'll create a shadow of a teammate, a specific teammate. And I can't remember if we'll talk about when we get to it, but I think you can target who you want it to shadow. So we'll let it keep going.
every time it reaches a certain power level, enemies inside lose both haste and movement speed. Gala stands at the center of the circle during the summon. Whenever she casts a skill there, a shadow of herself is summoned later and casts that same skill again. I'll never forget the first time she cast Temporal Field. Even the first Merlin was amazed. On the battlefield, Gala.
Okay, here's our next one called Binding Loop. Galahad deals damage to the enemy who has dealt the most cumulative damage and immobilizes them for a few seconds. The immobilized target cannot move or act and loses HP based on the amount of non-excess healing they have received since they were last immobilized by this skill. When fighting against bosses, the HP becomes a fixed value instead. Afterward, Galahad expands her attack range and deals damage twice to all enemies within range, right? So let's watch
Knows
it as it
exactly how to
happens. We're going
use
to
her
see it.
magic to
She's
turn the
about to,
fight in
yeah,
her
she
favor.
immobilized him there,
She can
and
immobilize
and
and
she's dealing
strike the
damage to
enemy who
him
has
based
dealt the
on the
most
HP he
cumulative
received
damage.
before then. And she
The
just
immobilized
immobilized
enemy
Faye
can no
there.
longer move or
Same
act,
thing,
and they lose health
right?
based on how much healing they've
So it's not
received
like
before
super
being
powerful, but it is
immobilized.
nice. It's a
When
little
fighting against
immobilized. It's going to
bosses,
keep
the
somebody from
health loss
moving
becomes a
towards
fixed amount
your group.
instead. Afterward, Gala widens her attack range and unleashes a series of attacks on all enemies within range. That immobilizing spell of hers is quite impressive. I wonder where she learned it. Gala also keeps a constant watch over her allies' safety.
Okay, so here's where she's trying to help her friends out, right? This is a Chrono Ward. Galahad casts a protection spell on the weakest ally, so whoever has the lowest HP, granting them a shield that lasts for a certain duration. When the shield expires, it deals damage to nearby enemies. So it's an exploding shield. So she's protecting her teammate, and it's also doing a little damage on top of that.
She casts
So
a
we'll see
protection
that shield
spell on the
is on
weakest
Perseus right
ally,
there, and then it's
granting
going to
them a
blow up.
shield that lasts for a duration. When the shield expires,
And
it deals damage
there
to
it
nearby
goes. It blew
enemies.
up and damaged everyone around
After
Perseus.
mastering time
So
magic,
it's a nice little skill. It's probably not like super great, but it's going to be a nice little supporting skill, right? Time recast, exclusive skill. When a battle starts, Galahad marks the closest ally to her. So this is where I'm talking about it marking that person. This is where we're creating the shadows of her teammates, right? So whoever's closest to her is going to be the default marked one. So if multiple allies are equally close, she prioritizes the one position closest to her back. So whoever's behind her and closest is going to be the one that's marked. So you could guarantee that somebody's going to get shadowed by putting them right behind her, right? Or the person to her right, to her left, and then you'll be able to figure out the positioning. It's not going to be that hard.
Gala gains the ability to recreate past
So
events.
when the magic
When a
circle
battle
created by
starts,
Galahad's ultimate is fully formed for the first time, she summons a shadow of the marked ally, an echo of what the ally was at the start of the battle. So it's going to be the same thing that she's doing for herself. It's a shadow of the same person, but at a diminished capacity, right? An echo, the shadow stays on the battlefield for a period of time, inheriting part of the ally's basic stats and starting with a higher initial energy. So that's not bad. So it's already giving an energy boost to that specific shadow too, so they can ult a little faster. A shadow is not considered a living hero and cannot be targeted by enemies. So it's basically there. They can't target it. They can't CC it. So it's going to get some free skills to throw out on the battlefield. And this is where I think this is really interesting. And I think we're going to cut after we finish this
she
part of it.
marks the ally closest to
So
her.
you're going to see she's got
When
her
her
shadow
magic circle
here.
is fully
She's
formed
marking
for the
Iron.
first time, she summons a shadow of the ally
Boom,
she
there comes the
marks.
shadow Iron.
The
And look,
shadow is an
he's
echo of what they
ulting right
were
off
at
the
the
bat the
start of the
same way
battle.
Iron would at
That
the
shadow
beginning of the
remains
battle,
for a while,
which is very
inheriting part
interesting to
of the
me. So
ally's
you can
basic
get a group
stats
up from
and
Iron
starting
the
with extra
original,
energy.
and then you can get a group up
When
from Iron the Shadow, right? So we're gonna back that up again, right? So that's very interesting.
Shadow
So
of the allies she marked.
Iron comes
The
out and
shadow is an
ults
echo of what
the
they were
same
at the
way, the
start of the
little
battle.
whirlwind, and it pulls everybody in. So this gets really interesting to me. So hold on, let me pull it up. Pull it, minimize that. All right, let's get back to the game. All right, and go to my hero pool, and I want to talk about, hey, who's going to be really cool if this shadow effect works as well as I think it will, especially at start of battle skills, right? Kulu's probably not going to be that great. Aliceth, is their shadow going to put wings on somebody? That might be useful. Mahira is what I think is really going to be
Don't be
interesting and
shy.
could be interesting because that starting charm that she does. Where's the charm? There it is. Alluring Mirage. So you know how she starts the battle? She charms somebody and lasts about 2.5 seconds when fully buffed up, right? So is her shadow going to be able to do the same thing when the shadow comes out? It'll charm everybody on the battlefield, even if it only lasts for a second or two. That's a pretty cool little skill to have because it's going to break up that enemy damage for just a second or two and give you a small edge if you shadow Mahindra. If you shadow somebody like Cryonia, are you going to get a second ult from Cryonia, a second mini frozen realm that shadow can do? I mean, I don't know how good that would be, but could be interesting. They actually go on to recommend Athalia
Divine punishment.
and Siren
Descends.
because a shadow Athalia is going to do a lot of damage. A Shadow Cryonia is going to do, I mean, a Shadow Siren is going to do a lot of damage. Even if they don't ult, they're going to do a lot of damage. But they're going to ult because it even says specifically in that skill, right, that it's inheriting higher initial energy. So it's like, okay, they want to make sure that the Shadow comes out and does a little extra stuff. And then the fun stuff, like ulting, right? What about Marcille? I mean, the Shadow's going to be able to throw out some stuff like Explosive Spell. It's going to throw out a Magical Flash, a Blinding Spell, probably, right? So you're getting another crowd control from a Shadowed Marcille. What about Seda? I don't think Seda. I would get too excited about a Shadow Seda. I mean, it's going to get some Shadow seeding, maybe. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I need to dig a little deeper. And this gets interesting with Lily May, right? Because she's a blocker. She can block an ult. So is that Shadow Lily May going to come right out the box the same way Iron did? Because we know that Lily May blocks stuff right off the bat when she's in the battle. So will her Shadow, as soon as it comes out, block another ult? So you can have double ult block from Lily May if you shadow her with um, Gala. I'm not going to call her Galahad. Her name is Gala. So uh, Perseus, I don't know if he would be that interesting to shadow. I mean, for his ult, for sure, that would be interesting. So having a double Perseus ult could be really good. Uh, is the Shadow
So
Zany going to have
pretty.
shadow turrets? I mean, it should. I mean, that could be interesting. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun testing her out when she first comes out, and I'm sure we're going to
I
see some
must
content
admit,
creators come out with some stuff on the test realm stuff, and showcase some stuff with these shadows that come out. I don't want to go too deep on it, but even something like Shadewing. I was calling him Nightwing the other day. Sorry about that. His name is Shadewing. Even like something like Shadewing, where he starts the battle with yeah. When he starts the battle of swords and information, Withering Curse. Will Withering Curse be doubled up somehow? With his shadow. There's a lot of interesting dynamics. Like
Don't
Bonnie could do another. What is it? Decay's Reach. Aging magic on the rearmost enemy, right? Will they get a double decay stack right off that shadow, right? I think if that thing works the way I hope it does, this could be really interesting. I'm most excited about that Mahira charm. Double charming on Mahira, double lash, double hasting with her little whiplash stuff. Um, this could be very interesting if it works the way I hope that it does. Let's get back into the video and let's keep rolling.
that
Right?
shadow remains for a while,
So there's that
inheriting
shadow out
part of
there
the allies'
fighting.
basic
He's doing all
stats
the
and
basic
starting with
skills that,
extra energy.
yeah.
When Gala casts Time Recast,
Okay, and the next one's time recast. When the skill is upgraded, if Gala casts her ultimate while her temporal field is fully formed, that big circle underneath there, Magister Merlin skills are enhanced. Okay, this is another shadow, right? Enhanced. So that's basically her whole gimmick is she creates these shadow versions, almost like a time lapse thing, like either a shadow self from the past is helping you. Magister Merlin skills are enhanced, granting stronger, longer lasting buffs. Every time Magister Merlin casts a skill, a shadow of Merlin will appear nearby and repeat the skill. So that the artifact skills are going to get doubled up. Uh, it might be like a diminished double, but it'll still be something extra. So she's going to empower your artifact to become stronger. So repeat the skill, causing only a portion of the original HP loss.
With her temporal
So
field
as you
fully
can see, she's
formed,
got shadow
Magister
behind her.
Merlin's
She's
skills
got a
grant
shadow out
stronger,
here with Iron, and
longer-lasting
she's got a
buffs.
shadow
And
right
on top of
here
that,
of your
every
Merlin.
time
So
Magister
that's three
Merlin casts a
shadows
skill,
rolling
a shadow
across the
appears
battlefield
nearby to
here,
cast that skill
doing
again.
damage.
Gala's always wanted to fight by your side
Let's
again.
rewind that and see if we
Go.
can see how
A sh-
long that shadow Iron lasts. So when it comes out,
with extra energy.
okay,
When Gala casts Time
there's
Recast,
Iron. The
with her
shadow
temporal
Iron comes
field
out.
fully formed, Magister
He
Merlin's
jumps
skills
over there.
grant
He's still
stronger,
there.
longer-lasting
He's
buffs.
still there.
And on top of
He's
that,
still there.
every time Magister Merlin casts a
I
skill,
think he's still
a
there.
shadow appears nearby to cast that
And then the
skill
shadow Iron's
again.
gone. All right.
Gala's
So
always
that shadow
wanted to fight
Iron
by your
lasted
side
what? I
again.
don't know,
And now
3 to
that
5
she's
seconds
here,
at least.
you can see just how
Just
much
a
effort she's
guess.
put in to make
And it
that
doesn't
happen.
look like she's going to do another one of your
With her
allies. So you
exceptional
only get
magical
that one
talent,
shadow copy of
Gala
the
can
ally,
cast
and
a
it
wide
lasts
range
somewhere
of
between 3 to
spells,
5 seconds.
from immobilizing key enemies to shielding vulnerable allies.
Okay, here's where we're talking about when a battle starts, Galahad marks an ally with the summon ally shadow under certain conditions. Then she casts the ultimate and starts forming a magic circle. Magic circle consumes energy over time while forming and grants Galahad bonus haste once it's fully formed. When casting her skill, she summons a copy of herself and her allies and enhances Magister Merlin's artifact spell. Right, so they just break down the whole video right there. So another thing that they talked about was
Allies.
this idea that she, in
Those
order to
shadows she
gain the
summons,
benefits of some of
they're
her stuff,
unpredictable,
she
and they
needs to
pack a
be in
serious
that
punch
circle.
in battle.
Right.
Her magic aligns perfectly with yours, as if the resonance has traveled across.
So if you can get somebody that's going to knock her, stun her to keep her from finishing that circle, or knock her out of it completely, like Perseus charging in and pushing her out of it, right? That could
Time to reach
severely
this
hamper
battlefield.
Galahad. And they talk about pairing
Her
her with
magic
things to give her
circle can tip the
unaffected,
balance of
so
battle,
that can't happen.
often when
Because if
no
she's
one sees
unaffected,
it
she can't
coming.
be stunned, she can't be moved, so forth and so on.
We've been all about pushing the limits of magic, clashing with gods, and yeah,
Yes,
we've
here
hit
it is.
more than a few
Uki
bumps
can keep
along
her
the way.
unaffected. This lets her stay at the center of her
But
magic circle,
we never let
ensuring
trouble
that it
slow
forms
us down for long.
successfully and remains
In
active.
battle, Gala summons
And then they talk
shadows of
about
herself
Athalia and
and her
Siren make for
allies
great
through her
partners,
magic
right? Because they're
circle,
doing a lot of damage,
and
so a
lets
shadow
them
one of
fight
them is going to be
alongside
good.
her. Meanwhile, keep an eye on Gala's position, making sure she can form that circle and unleash her full range of spells. Whether it's a fast assault or a drawn-out brawl, she handles it like a seasoned mage. Magic's second nature to her, and with me guiding her, she's been leveling up faster than ever. The only problem is her debate skills are catching up just as quickly. Lately, she's even managed to get the first Merlin to take her side in a few of our arguments. It's giving me a headache. I do wonder, will she act the same way around you? Anyway, reunions like this don't happen every day. You'd better savor every second of it.
Yeah, so there's Galahad, aka Gala, daughter of Dawn. She's going to be out on December 18th. The guy doing the voiceover is that Dark Mage. It's like the opposite of uh, Dura. I think it's Dura. The first Merlin is Dura, and there's speculation that he is actually the shoot AFK Arena. Let's do a quick search. I'm not even gonna be able to find it fast enough. But there's an enemy or a character. Let's see, sorry about this. May have to edit this out. Arena Heroes list, right? Like the GNs. I think he's in here somewhere. Because there's Mahira. That's not him. That's not him. I don't think he was a Celestial, but I'm pretty sure he was a Hypogean, right? Could be a Greyborn. Nope. I mean, he's definitely. Nope. Oh, you guys probably already know it anyway. I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know. Where is he? There's speculation that he is one of these Hypogeans. Khazar, Mizah, maybe it was Mizah? I don't know. He's supposed to be the opposite of Dura. Whatever Dura is, he was the opposite of it. I thought he was a Hypogean. Said, uh, well, that's frustrating. I'll try to figure out what that was. I can't remember. Leave a comment if you know who it is. For anybody else that's watching this, I can't remember. I found it a long time ago, and I can't remember the dude's name anymore too from playing the storyline. I only remember Gala because she was my favorite character. And I'm super, super, super excited to see her, especially since she's supposed to be a specialist in Supreme Arena, which I care about PvP, especially Supreme Arena and Clash Fronts. Clash Fronts is my favorite, so I'll probably end up using her at least in one of those modes, especially if she ends up being as good as I hope that she will be. So I am very excited to see her and see what kind of things that she can bring to, especially to a Mauler team. I don't think a Mauler team had any Maulers have a true magical person. Citrana is technically a mage, but I don't think she plays like one, right? She's more of a melee character, and Galahad will be a full-on mage range character, range of 10. She's doing magical stuff. She's acting almost like like your Magister Merlin with her abilities. So she's going to be a lot of fun, I think, and I hope that she's going to be as enjoyable as I think she is. So I will see you in the next video, guys.